Hi, welcome to a brief overview and demonstration of ClientLoyalty. We are a supplier performance management software company. ClientLoyalty was founded based on the fact that today's world of supplier performance management is difficult. Less than 5% of organizations have truly implemented supplier performance management in an optimized manner. In fact, over 70% of organizations claim they're ready and willing to switch suppliers because of poor relationships. Existing systems that do supplier performance management are often described as being complex and cumbersome. ClientLoyalty prides itself in having worked with future-forward organizations to build a world-class, game-changing supplier performance management system. ClientLoyalty is effective and can help organizations save 10% or more in annual contract spend. ClientLoyalty goes beyond the traditional SCORECARD system. It is an ERP-agnostic and cloud-based tool. It centralizes the disparate data collection, storage, and processing of SCORECARD information, as well as critical vendor process management data. ClientLoyalty is easy to share subsets of data with the vendor and is flexible to align your current and existing category management structure within our system. It is also affordable to use as well. ClientLoyalty operates on a data model that is exhaustive and complete and based upon continuous improvement methodology such as Net Promoter Score. Performance data are operational metrics of a quantifiable level. You can import or input these on a monthly or quarterly basis. Experience data is the softer, intangible data that you would gather from doing assessments both internally and from your vendor to pick up feedback along the way. Reputation data is data in social and news media about your supplier. It would be indirect in terms of the relationship you have with them because it is data outside of your direct relationship. Risk information is compliance and control related data where you can either use our risk assessments or risk scores from third-party systems to calculate into the ClientLoyalty score. ClientLoyalty also focuses on process by streamlining vendor management. We help you with document management, contact management, contract details, and spend management. All of these are critical, yet they are often described again as complex and cumbersome. Providing more efficiency and standards such as standard tagging helps make the process easier to do. We also offer automated workflows to make these things more compliant and more efficient. Let's take a look at the system now. When you log into ClientLoyalty, you'll immediately see a home page that is a scrolling set of data. The data is easy to understand and consume. For example, if I had gathered risk data, I would see the little triangle. If the triangle is red, it indicates high risk was just reported. If it was green, it would be low risk, and yellow would be moderate risk. If somebody submitted key performance data, or that data was just uploaded or imported, that would be evidenced by the arrow. If the arrow is green, the data exceeded goal. If it was red, it was below goal. If people just submitted feedback from the vendor or from our team, those would be evidenced by the faces. If the faces are green, they represent positive feedback, red, negative feedback. If data came from social sentiment, like Twitter, if it was yellow, it would be neutral, red would be negative, green would be positive. So very easy to understand the data, very simple. I can always filter out information I don't want to see. So if I didn't want to see any of the sentiment, I simply click the filter button and that data goes away. ClientLoyalty can also subset your data by categories. You can create different categories like I've done here, as well as subcategories. By simply selecting the information, it then takes the system and all the data and retransforms it into your subsets of data. Let's take a look at data collection. I can basically tell the system to automate a message to go to your team to evaluate a particular supplier, like Acme. I can fill out my information, provide any sort of attribute to supplement my quantifiable score, as well as contribute comments and video. I can also have the vendor do the same thing on our organization. They can provide a quantifiable score, they could provide attributes for their feedback, as well as comments and video. If you don't have an integration set up from your feeder system on your KPIs with ClientLoyalty, you can at minimum automate that data collection to go to your vendor and to your team, such as this particular one on delivery performance. Amy is providing feedback on delivery performance for the month of December. She's indicating that it was below our goal and submitting a source file with all the data to document that 70% performance, and she submits the data. Once the data gets put into ClientLoyalty will automatically start to include it throughout the system in a real-time manner. For example, if you go to the dashboard, you can see that the dashboard has all the data up to date. This aggregates the information at an executive level as well. You can see how these IT subsets of categories are doing as a whole and how they compare to all the vendors being measured in client loyalty within the organization, and also against an external benchmark of other clients within client loyalty using the system. And we take that information and put it into an anonymized, normalized benchmark database to give you a point of reference. Client loyalty also offers different matrices and trend lines to help you understand your data at a high executive level. Client loyalty allows you to drill down as well into specific scorecards. Those scorecards are again built on the data model. Performance data looks at information around your KPIs, such as delivery performance. Very easy to understand because anything in red was below goal, yellow was at goal, and green was above goal. You can gather data from the supplier and your team, and you can trend it. You can also summarize it through a series of pie charts too, so that it's easier to consume and understand multiple KPIs. You can look at your experience data, the feedback. Client loyalty summarizes root cause analysis very easily. Any data on the left is negative summaries of your data, and anything on the right are more of the positive feedback. On the upper portion would be data from our team, and on the bottom would be data from the vendor. Client loyalty also allows you to look at reputation, social media, news media, and overall looks at the data. Anything here is green, meaning that it was traditionally positive sentiment. Had it been red, it would be negative. I can do a little bit of a drill down as well. So here I can look at what the drill down and breakout is from news and from social sentiment. Finally, client loyalty looks at risk. I can have the client over here do an assessment as well as the supplier. So if the supplier is doing a self-assessment, that's on the far right and it's green. When we did an assessment as the client, we looked at things and found risk, it's red. Client loyalty produces prescriptive analytics that show you that there is a misalignment in our risk scores. It tells you to consult with the partner to understand the reason for the misalignment. Client loyalty can also analyze spend at an overall level as well as by cost center, as well as by different types of spend, direct or indirect. For example, if I look at this particular set of spend, I can easily see that I'm 350% overspend in the G&A cost center. It allows me to understand that very quickly and easily and focus there if I want to improve. Client loyalty can also allow you to share your data to empower your suppliers and vendors by seeing their data real time, anytime through their own logon. But before you do that, you would want to determine what non-sensitive, non-confidential information you're willing to share. Simply check the boxes that you want to share, and Client Loyalty will only produce a scorecard limited to that subset of data. Client Loyalty also produces action plans and workflows. Action plans help you improve performance over time and create accountability and visibility for the things that matter the most. For example, delivery time improvement is a current action plan. It's corrective in nature, and I'm looking to go about improving it over time. I can identify who's responsible for the plan and what tasks need to be done. Client Loyalty will schedule those tasks and send email reminders to those people when the tasks are due and overdue. Client Loyalty is also about process management. For example, if I would like to audit certain contracts that are missing vital information, I can do that very easily in the system. Say I'm interested in looking at all contracts that are out of compliance with a certain contract standard, such as a security addendum. I can quickly search the system for anything missing that critical tag. These particular contracts have been found and are out of compliance with not having the appropriate security addendum. In addition, Client Loyalty system allows me to look at certain documents. So if I'm new to a particular relationship, like the Acme vendor, I can go in and search for certain tags like notes from past review meetings and quickly pull them up and find them to get up to speed. Client Loyalty also allows me to schedule certain workflow reminders for contract renewals and for documents that are expiring. We have standard workflows that you can use, or you can create your own. For example, here's a standard workflow for a contract renewal. It may start 4 months before the contract ends and build up through a series of tasks all the way to the renewal stage. The system will allow you to schedule who is responsible for these tasks and will remind them to do those tasks when they are due and when they are overdue. Client Loyalty System is all about helping to make the process of supplier performance management easier and more effective. At Client Loyalty, we provide a solution that is affordable, simple to use, easy to get started, and have immediate impact and value. If you would like to learn more and see a comprehensive demo, as well as to understand how your specific needs might equate and align to our system, please contact us so that we can do that. Thank you for your time today. We appreciate it. Take care.